To celebrate this monumental achievement, I'm going up there. Vlogging. Oh, I don't know, I can't do it anymore. Can't go much further. What an amazing last couple of years it's been. How far we've come. I'm not just talking about the hill. Thank you for 15k subscribers. Thank you for bringing me this far. You've been amazing. You've been astonishing even. For this thank you video I thought I'd give you some production value finally, so I climbed up a hill and got these pretty shots, these wildlife shots or whatever. I've always wanted to do something like this. I always see YouTubers do it, like Naked Jake, go out into like the middle of some serene backdrop in nature and just talk about Red Dead 2 or something. But yeah, it's really nice. Hopefully the audio's okay. I've put this little dead cat on the mic to stop the wind or whatever, but I don't really do much shooting outdoors, so this is a bit of an experiment. Also, I'm always looking around to see if people are there, because that would be the worst, honestly. What are you doing? I'm doing a YouTube vlog. Ha 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 ha, I'm one of those arseholes. But yeah, it's a lovely day, and I thought I should just take this opportunity to come up here and say thank you, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, we're at 15k and the channel is doing decently. It's been 4.5 years and it's been quite strange for me. There's been a lot of weird occurrences as I've, embarked on this thing, whatever, this quest of doing something I love that gives me purpose and meaning. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of strange feelings about like insecurities around like what I'm doing and like how I don't really have, it's not like a proper job yet because I'm not making money off it, like really. I am making some, I've made some bucks off it, but that's been like one-off. But it's amazing when that happens. That's like, it is like, don't get me wrong, it's incredible when like this thing I'm doing generates money, generates income. I think this fish tank video I did last September, October, I think I paid for all of my parents' Christmas gifts with that, or my family Christmas gifts, which is just awesome. I really just don't want to downplay it, and I've got the monotone voice, even up here in like God's haven, God's banquet, God's oasis, or whatever you want to call it. It's my voice is still monotone and miserable, bringing us all back down to just a fucking miserable reality. I guess I'm up here as well just to kind of emphasize that all of my like content or whatever you want to call it is kind of indoors. It's all about watching films, and that's like an indoor activity. Going to the cinema, that's also an indoor activity. Just all this kind of escapism, which is very good, and it's like, I'm not knocking escapism, but there are other things in life like going out, socializing, whatever, relationships, exercising, and I guess we don't really see much of that on the channel, so I thought I'd spruce it up a bit with this. I'm not accusing any of you guys of being particularly antisocial or whatever. You probably have a better, more balanced, like healthy lifestyle than me. I'm doing alright. I've got a decent social life going. It's a bit retarded because of the people I hang out with, but that's not really my fault, is it? Well, I guess it is. I kind of have this ADHD thing where I focus solely on one thing, like really go hard on this one thing, and for the last couple of years it's been the YouTube channel, and other things in life, like, I don't know, gym or whatever. I hate gym anyway, but that's a bad example, but stuff like that. Other things, kind of the stats go down, you know. I haven't been leveling up my other stats, so to speak, on my Fallout 4 character. Like my content creation stat, whatever, my YouTube stat is like, it's decent. I'm not saying I'm amazing or anything, but it's decent. That's the only thing I'm focusing on. All of my other things, just like at maybe 20% or like 10% or even zero. Some of them, like some of the fucking aspects of my life. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna. I don't know when I'm gonna sort all that out, but you know, who cares? I'm only in my mid-20s. I'm young. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you a bit of a life update, but you know, I'm no different to anyone else. I have these quarter-life crisis kind of thoughts about like, oh, I'm 26 and what am I doing? I'm still fucking living at home with my parents and making silly YouTube videos for 10-year-olds so we can all whine about how bad the Minecraft movie was instead of, I don't know, getting a real job. But you know, that's just, yeah, I don't know, just shit like that. I've also had like a very nocturnal sleeping pattern for the last 4 years. I have this strange sort of cycle where I start the month with a really good sleeping pattern, getting up at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock and going to sleep at 10, 11 at night. But then it kind of gradually turns over and I get to the point where I'm waking up at 6, 7 p.m, staying up all night hopefully doing editing work, but sometimes I just fuck off and play video games. And I go to sleep at like early hours, maybe sometimes like 11 a.m, 12 p.m, 1 p.m. next day. And that's rough, but it's like this continual cycle. It always happens. It seems to just always occur, and that's some fucked up shit. And yeah, maybe I should work through that, but I'm not really sure how to fix it. But sometimes I just say, I embrace it. You know, it's kind of maybe part of the YouTube thing. Well, it isn't really, but also, I don't know, I sometimes struggle to get to sleep, and the only thing to do is just stay up and do something, keep active, because I hate being inactive. I hate an idle mind. The devil makes use of idle hands, or whatever the word is, but it's ridiculously true, especially in my case. Yeah, I do not like being idle. I like to be focused on something. Do not like, you know, my mind can go to all sorts of horrible places when it's not got something to latch onto, something productive to latch onto. So yeah, you know, you can tell from the way I look, I'm not much of a gym freak, you know, very skinny, but honestly, I don't mind being a skinny legend. I hate going to the gym. It doesn't bring me any joy, it doesn't bring me any satisfaction. I've tried it so many times, and I don't know, I'll do the occasional bit of exercise so I don't die at 50 or whatever, but I don't know, I'm just not a gym person. And you know, if I got to be some skinny, annoying hipster indie boy and that's got to be my sex appeal, or that's got to be my approach to courting, then fair enough, whatever. Some people don't have to be the hench rip dude. I should probably preface, it's not literally been like all YouTube. I'm not saying that's like all I've had to like keep me going the last couple of years. I've obviously got a wonderful family, great retarded stupid friends, amazing brother, amazing supportive brother who's just like incredibly positive, most positive person I've ever known. Running a YouTube channel in your mid-20s, because I started in like my early 20s, I felt so much younger then, but now that I'm like mid-20s, you do look like a little bit of a fool doing what I do, and rightly so, fair enough, because it is a bit, you know, what the fuck. You know, there's no guarantee that this will pan out, and that's something that I've got to live with. But I want to be grateful for the people that are here, and like for the support I've gotten already, and just I'm grateful of just like the fact that anything's come from this, and the fact that like I even have this like kind of micro dose experience of what it's like being a YouTuber. Like I'm just like a little small version of it, but just, yeah, it's amazing just to feel a bit like one of these, I don't know, an egotistical prick. No, just making stuff that people like and connect with, to like talking about films in a way where you think, oh, I'm the only one who thinks like this, but then you put it out there and everyone's like, yeah, I really relate to this, and you don't sound like an idiot at all. Just, yeah, amazing feeling. There's a nice bird up there. There's a bird up there. I do live a very silly, dysfunctional life, I'll admit, but at least the YouTube's going good. But yeah, Now, like Jordan Peterson, someone like Jordan Peterson would have a field day with someone like me, I guess, and fair enough. You know, one of these bros like, dude, you could be doing so much more things efficiently. You could be doing all this. Yeah, go to the gym. It's always good back to go to the fucking gym where I'm miserable. No one's perfect. I thought I'd give you some transparency in this video. Am I gonna change? No. YouTube is all I need. And also another big part of like being a YouTuber is you do a lot of like comedic skits, a lot of silly things, and obviously there's this sort of pressure to grow up. You feel like there's like an immaturity to being like comedic, which there is. You have to be an immature person to sustain your comedic spark. I do think that, but sometimes you do feel like, yeah, I'm a bit of a man-child, because I'm definitely like, I do lean towards that kind of personality type, but I do think there's just other aspects of my life which should be a bit more grown up, I guess. So I get a bit insecure when it's like, oh, should I really be, you know, is my sense of humour like a mark of a negative immaturity? I don't know, something that I should work on. I don't know, but I do think overall, like, my belief is that you shouldn't take yourself too seriously. You shouldn't take things too seriously. You should joke about things. But yeah, I'm just being like the usual comedian. Yeah, you should joke about things. You should joke about cancer. You should joke about terrorism. You should do all of it. Like, no, I'm not saying anything new there, but yeah, I'm just trying to communicate this sort of weird insecurity. Whoa, that you get when you're going around goofing around online, making weird shit, whilst all your friends are, I don't know, grinding their arse off in call centres or something, you know. And yeah, it's a weird feeling. It's a privileged feeling. I made a lot of videos that I am genuinely proud of. I really like, shut up. I really like how the Midsummer video turned out. I really like the Nope video. Just those kind of long form analysis videos of films that I really love and think are like, I have a lot of depth to them. Just, I've always wanted to do stuff like that. And I'm glad that the longer videos are almost or like the more, I've gotten the most engagement, and that's kind of very encouraging, because it's like I'm being rewarded for putting more effort in, and that's a good thing, and I'm being rewarded for having more substant I don't know the fucking word, more meaty opinions, you know, more like kind of backed up opinions, three-dimensional opinions on things and analyses or whatever. I'm happy with the fish tank video because that was something completely different to like what I usually cover. It's all films, but fish tank has got a storytelling quality to it that I wanted to talk about, and I'm so glad that, I mean, I'm pretty sure most of the people who saw that were like fish tank fans, fair enough, but if I introduced it to other people, like filmmaker, cinephiles who hadn't heard of it, you know, that's cool. But yeah, I like to talk broadly about storytelling on my channel. I don't want to just talk about films, even though that's the topic I know most about. So it's best to like sometimes stick with what you know. I'm not saying like I'm an expert or anything, but yeah, I guess feel most comfortable talking about, but also like to venture into books, video games, music even, but that's like, I think that's quite a big leap. I think books I can just about do, video games as well, but music, I don't know how to critique music in a like deeply analytical way, but maybe I'll try one day. I do love Pink Floyd, Pork Floyd. Swear words, another video. I'm kind of just glazing myself now, but yeah, swear words, that's like a video that was one I wanted to make. Like as soon as I started the channel, that was always this idea I had about just talking about swear words, how they're used in how they are used in films and cinema in general, and kind of like a Now You See It video, like when he says how sweat is used, or how certain component is used, or certain thing from real life is used in film. Just, yeah, I wanted to do that, and it was a lot of fun, talked about a lot of great things. Like that was kind of cool because I could just talk about so many great pieces of media in one big video, and it was cool. And yeah, favourite video I've made to date, probably the toe video. That was just a lot of fun, and it was amazing, and it should have more views. It should have 1 million views, if even, you know, because honestly, it's avant-garde, it's like a YTP, but it's experimental and artistic. It's really something else, and I can't believe it didn't catch the algorithm. How dare you? I'm going to take the thank you back. yeah, it's been a nice hilltop ramble. It's lovely up here. I kind of could sit up here for days and just talk and talk and talk. Yarp. I guess like a closing sentiment I want to pass on to you, because you know, you guys, I want to give something back. So I'm going to give you this amazing pearl of wisdom from Bacho, because I'm just so, my brain is just so like, it's just a rich mind I have. Everyone should be given an opportunity in life to do something that A, brings them happiness, B, they're good at, and C, like makes them feel useful to the people around them, or useful to society in a certain way. I'm not saying that you have to be a fireman, but I'm just saying something that makes you feel I'm contributing in whatever way. But it's something that you love. It's something that brings you like so much, I don't know, enthusiasm, like a spiritual level of just happiness. Yeah, and that's the answer to depression. That is, I'm not trying to be like a self-help guru, but that's how you find destiny. And there are probably loads of people out there, maybe the people watching, who think, oh, there's nothing that can motivate me to do shit, to get out there and like start living like positively. But there might be people watching who had like my mindset 4 or 5 years ago. I just thought there's nothing in life that will make me, it's like I didn't understand like that there was a level of happiness to be obtained until I started doing YouTube. I was like, oh, so this is kind of how you're supposed to feel each day. I had like this upsurge of dopamine, and it was also because I went on antidepressants, so that was probably also it. But it kind of, the whole mixture of this dopamine release kind of made me realize, oh, there is a way to like maintain this good balance. Like I had a dopamine deficiency, and I think a lot of people do, especially in this day and age, because just the sense of purpose is just gone. And I'm not trying to be like Joe Rogan, you need to go to the gym, you need to do masculine stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying everyone, men and women, should be doing something that just brings them, that's just the perfect fit. And I know it's easier than said than done, but yeah, when something clicks, you'll be surprised at how productive you can be. And you might be the most miserable, lazy person, but when something clicks, magic ensues. And yeah, it's kind of it's a spiritual awakening, but it's something you still have to maintain and work hard at. Oh shit, there's like, okay, it's just a group down there. But yeah, it's something you still have to work hard, but there should be a balance of hard work and like stress and reward. And sometimes I think most jobs, there's all stress and hard work, but no, you're not getting the actual fair amount of reward going into your brain. You're not getting like enough dopamine. You're just not getting, it's just not fair to do that to yourself, to do that to your brain. And it is soul crushing. They say working at McDonald's is soul crushing, because it's true. And no one should really have to do that. That's just my kind of perspective, I guess. I know some people probably can fare better, but I'm not saying it's the only thing, but general rule of thumb, purpose, good purpose, helps, cures depression, or does it? I don't know. You know, we don't know the answers. Yeah, just to ramble, I'm no psychiatrist. I'm just trying to be honest. I do have to admit, though, that I am in a privileged position. I have the opportunity to do what I do. I don't have like this, because I have like well-off parents who can support me for the foreseeable future. I don't have to worry about having a job. So like all of what I just said is kind of a little bit redundant for that, because I'm just like, oh yeah, don't work, don't have these soul-crushing jobs. Well, people are doing it out of necessity, and I don't have that necessity, and I understand that. So just take all of what I've said with a pinch of salt, because that's like where I'm coming from. I'm in a privileged position where I can take a few years out and risk this whole YouTube thing and like hope it pans out. But yeah, I don't really know what the future holds for me. I really don't. It's a scary thing. It's a scary concept that I live with every day. But yeah, if you do think you're depressed, if you do think you're lazy, then maybe cut yourself some slack, because it could be a genuine dopamine deficiency. Thanks, the sheep agrees. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm not averse to constructive criticism either. You guys are very complimentary in the comments, and the only negative comments are just weird, like you sound weird or whatever, or this is a terrible take, just too irrational for me to take seriously. So I'd like to ask maybe for some constructive criticism in the comments of this video if you want. I'm sort of trembling even saying that, because I know you'll do a decent job at that. But yeah, anything I could be doing better, perhaps. Not saying I'll get right on it, but yeah, I await your feedback, I suppose. Yeah, anything, you know, editing style, rambling, how I ramble a lot. I do get a lot of words wrong. In my Andor video, I think I pronounced hyperbole as hyperbole, not because I think like I thought that was how you said hyperbole, it's because I thought there were two words. I thought there was hyperbole and hyperbole, even though they do the exact same function or whatever. They have the exact same function. But yeah, I have really stupid moments like that, really retarded moments, and I just cringe when I see it in editing, especially when I can't do anything substantial enough to fix it, and I just have to, like, yeah, I fucked up. So many times that's happened. It's probably happened just now. My command of the English language is sometimes decent, sometimes awful. Or perhaps you think maybe my critiques of things are a bit obtuse, or I can be, maybe I can be a bit closed-minded, I suppose, in my old age. But yeah, you just gotta tell me. But nah, fuck it. What's the recent shit that I was like pissed off at? I don't know, Severance. That was probably, I don't know. My opinion of Severance would probably get me in a lot of shit, but whatever. It takes too long to say not very little. Like, I stand by that. Thank you to the patrons. Thank you DF. Thank you Mason Lydon. Thank you Matt Delaney. Thank you Casey Gann. That's another thing, the fact that I've got patrons, people actually pay me money to do what I do. That's incredible. Can't emphasise that enough. Thanks. Oh, and a collab with Wendigoon coming soon.